I want to know God's thoughts. The rest are details. These words were famously spoken by Albert Einstein. Einstein likely preferred God's thoughts to details because it is said the devil is in the details. Since the Creator's thoughts are unconditional, it follows the devil is a symbol for the conditioned details of creation. This sets up a fundamental dichotomy between unconditional thoughts just because versus conditioned details subject to cause and effect. That is, the law of free will versus the law of determinism, the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law, unformed essence and the worlds of form, consciousness versus mechanicity. Creator's thoughts express via the word, while the details of creation revise and restrain via mediation. Just as the creative verb is modified by the adverb, every action triggers some reaction, the drive to prosperity is met with adversity, a protagonist faces off against an antagonist, the struggle of being and not being. These verses and verses clearly establish a bipolar universe. No wonder we tend to think in terms of binary duality, and that binary processing became the backbone of all computer systems, including contemporary AI. The truth is, humanity has been in a state of binary duality for millennia. The 2.0 human machine, being analog, has a degree of tolerance built into it, but mechanical nature's oscillation between opposite polarities, black and white, left or right, us and them, thesis and antitheses, tests the limits of our tolerance until it reaches its breaking point where common sense and civility break down, and humanity, divided and conquered, falls into the hell of intolerance, isolation, confusion, conflict, and suffering. All legacy systems based on binary duality that support the binary human 2.0 paradigm are in need of a critical upgrade to a state-of-the-art trinary operating system, that of triune human 3.0. Tri meaning three, un meaning one, our true three-in-one human nature, our true nature of hum, manas, and being. A physical body and brain, metaphysical heart, mind, and consciousness governed by the essence of being. In other words, a true human being. Which is precisely what the world desperately needs to solve the challenges facing humanity. That is why Attlas Information has launched the Human Upgrade Challenge. Each week, we will post a video with a new Human 3.0 challenge that you will have 1 week to solve. The solution will be revealed on the following Sunday live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This week's challenge is to know God's thoughts on duality and 1111. Just thinking about binary duality and the bipolar universe, we remain trapped in binary duality. A duality that is responsible for the incessant busy mind, caught on the pendulum swinging between polar opposites, creating the never-ending oscillations that dominate our psychology and hypnotize our consciousness. The irony is, it is all an illusion. What we think of as binary foundations of reality cannot actually exist as such. A universe based on binary dualism alone is no more real than any virtual reality based on the ones and zeros of machine language. A binary dialectic reflected in the reactive and polarizing virtual discourse we observe on social media, which has had a catastrophic effect on youth mental health, particularly that of young women and girls. It's this very mechanical nightmare that they now want to pipe directly into our minds via brain implants. Mechanicity's dominance over our lives is what sets humanity on the downward spiral of devolution. Luckily, just when we think we've hit rock bottom, the hidden hand of fate reaches out to catch us in our time of crisis. And it does so on what reality is actually based. 1111. 1111 is the universal core numerical expression representing the minimum required actions needed to create reality on all levels, including the third dimension. Simply put, 1111 represents the very foundation of the universe and our ability to experience it. But why is it so? How did it come to be? If we turn to ChatGPT for answers, it will spit out a series of different takes on 1111, each representing a different set of theories, ideas, and beliefs associated with the expression, none of which are very useful, let alone true. But AI alone can only parrot what we've taught it. It cannot give us what we seek. Still, there must be something to the phenomenon of 1111. If we do a Google image search, for instance, we are met with thousands upon thousands of memes about it. And if we add tattoos to our search, we find that many have chosen to permanently brand themselves with this numerical expression. Surely there must be something of significance there that so many have felt intuitively. And of course there is. 1111 is at once symbolic and mathematical, abstract and geometric, meaningful and logical, deeply personal and universal, experiential and allegorical, conscious and mechanical. But again, we are left with the questions: why? How? And is it even possible for us to arrive at the answer reliant solely on our binary mechanical intellect? Your human upgrade challenge this week, should you choose to accept it, is to know God's thoughts on 1111. Begin by seeking self-evident experiential knowledge via prayer, meditation, or whatever methods you feel will get you the answers you seek. And then share your answers in the comments or by making a response video of your own. Remember, you'll have one full week to discover and share your answer. Then, tune in to Atlas Info Live Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern as we share the most notable and interesting solutions you've submitted and walk step by step through a self-evident experiential process to unearth the mysteries of 1111. Holy Week is the perfect time to accept the Human Upgrade Challenge, and it is only fitting to shed light on this mystery on Easter Sunday at 2 p.m. It is the perfect occasion to know God's thoughts and begin your hands-on experience of what it takes to make the critical upgrade to Human 3.0. Thank you for your time and attention, and seek well.